Hey friends, my name is Jake. Welcome to Canadian Cutting Edge, and I've got a box today from White Mountain Knives. The name of the sender was a name that I hadn't seen before. I didn't recognize. It wasn't the owner's name on there, so I wasn't sure what it was, so I have opened it up, but I have not done any more than just open up the flaps here. So we'll get to the tabletop and take a good look at the knives that we got here. There's a couple of knives from a brand that I have never heard of before. So it's a new Chinese brand, and some other stuff, some brands that have been around for a while. We'll take a look and find out what we got in here. So stick around, grab yourself a sandwich or something, and maybe just a drink. We'll have a good time together by opening up some cool stuff and having a little bit of birthday, Christmas celebration kind of stuff with an unboxing. Before I get into these, there's some new stuff at realsteelshop.com. If you don't know what Real Steel Shop is, Real Steel has a new store that's been out for a few months now, and they put their sort of customized stuff. They put their stuff that maybe they had some inventory left over that's a little bit older, and they just need to sell it off. So everything from custom stuff to more budget things that they just have a little bit of. It's where they want to sell it off. You sign up, become sort of a member, totally free, just like signing up to any website. But if you use my link to sign up, you will get 10 or is it $20 off? I think it's $10 US off your first purchase. And when you do make a purchase, it'll help me out a little bit as well. So I'll tell you first a little bit about stuff that's going on right now. I just ordered the budget version of the frame lock version of the Luna. If you remember, I had a Luna that I reviewed, the slip joint. I just did an unboxing fairly recently for the frame lock version, and that video, I'm not sure exactly when it's going to come out. The knife I should show you. Here we go. Here's the Luna that I reviewed. Nice slip joint knife. And then I recently got this guy, which is titanium, and I think it's Bowler N690 steel for this blade. And now they've got an all-steel version. You can get it in the stonewash version, stonewash handle and blade, or you can get blackwash handle and blade. The only place you can get it that I know of is at realsteelshop.com. I also ordered another knife from there, and I got it, but they've already sold out, and that was in a previous unboxing, so you have to check back often there to see what's coming and going. And I just got word from my friend at Real Steel Knives, Jamie. He's sending me a fairly high-end knife, probably the most expensive knife I've ever owned in my life. He sent it to me. It got to my friend's place in Nebraska yesterday, and now he's sending it up to me. So that's all I'm going to tease you with, that it's probably the most expensive knife that I've ever owned. Certainly not the most expensive knife I've ever held. I did go to Blade Show in 2019, thanks to Gritomatic.com. Little plug for them. If you ever need any sharpening things, sharpeners, systems, stones, whatever, go to Gritomatic.com and check out what they've got, because they've got some really good stuff. So let's put this to the side and start taking a look at what we got in the package today. Not a knife. No, it's not a knife. I've been wanting something like this for quite a long time, and they were out of stock at White Mountain Knives for a while, and they're back in stock because I'm fairly pragmatic. I'm a pretty practical guy when it comes to stuff, and I'm of the opinion that if you are going for a hike, or maybe even just in your vehicle, what you need to have is a way to make fire. And one of the easiest ways to make fire, and certainly cheapest ways to make fire, well, maybe not the cheapest, but a cheap, good way to make fire is with a lighter. And the Bic Classic lighter fits in here, and then this seals shut, and it's waterproof. because a lighter, the little flint on it, if it gets wet, it can take a while to dry it out to get it to work. So this is a very good system to keep your lighter. I'll go get one and show you how well it fits in here. Okay, it's designed for, the classic Bic lighter. And this is fairly soft silicone. And there you go, it's in there. Make your light. And these ribs here are soft. That's what makes it waterproof. If I can get it on there. Oops, maybe it's the wrong way. Aha! I've got to, how's the way to put it on? See, it wants to push off. This is my first time getting one of these. I thought these were a really good idea. Well, I'll put that aside for now. I'll even test it with other size lighters and see how it works. American Buffalo D2 steel knife. So American Buffalo has been making more and more knives with D2. This is an American company. It's a mom and pop company, a small company. Yes, their knives are made in China. I think all of them are. Not totally sure. But the designing and everything is done in USA. So there's a back spacer here. That's nice. I like this right and left pocket clip. They've got a clean recess there to put them in. Oh, I don't have enough light on here, do I? There we go. That's better. So that looks pretty good. This is the AB 1026T. There's a flipper here. Oh, that's pretty good. Wouldn't mind some jimping on there. My finger slipped off already, but once you know where to put it, that works just fine. Thumb studs, that works great too. I like thumb studs. So this is a saber grind, which is a flat grind that doesn't come up to the spine. There's a nice wedge up here. Very stabby style blade. Liner lockup is quite nice. Looks like there's phosphor bronze washers in there. Yeah, it's very free movement when I've got the liner lock pushed over, but of course it's going to be engaged. So for a budget knife, that's pretty good. I haven't memorized the price, but it's been on the screen. All of these items are at White Mountain Knives. And yeah, quite nice. I like this stone wash, this black stone wash. It's not quite like a black wash. They've got a bit of a coating on there. There's a little bit of oil coming off the pivot, which is nice. I like that sharpener's choil. It's not super heavy. It feels like it's less than ½ inch thick there. It's got good hand feel. Nice little jimping up here. Yeah, there's lots nice about this design. I quite like it. Decent texture on the G10. Yeah, it's a little thick behind the grind. That's over 20 thou. That's about 25 thou, I think. 25 thousandths of an inch, that is. In metric, that's about 0.65 millimeters, something like that. Right behind the grind. We'll know for sure when I do the video. So, American Buffalo Knife and Tool Company. If you don't have any knives from them, especially if you're an American, check them out. The people that make their money off of this are your fellow Americans. So there you go. They also make roper knives and cattleman's cutlery knives. They're all the same company. They're in Tennessee. Yeah, that's what it says right here. I remember that now. Yeah, they're in Tennessee. Quite nice. We've got some Kubey knives. So what's this here? Let's see if it'll focus up here. KU 233C from Kubey Knives. We've got micarta there. Oh, yep. This is straight from the factory. They get sealed plastic bags now. That's nice. I got a knife here. Yep, that's a sharp knife. Aha, nice, Kubey. They've got a spacer for the pocket clip on the right side, or the left side. They're not using button screws. That's nice. Well, there's button screws here for the pocket clip, but that's a nice coarse micarta. I like that. Ooh, yes, a nice full flat grind. I do like me a full flat grind. And the way that's sanded, I guess technically that's going to be a satin finish, but it's not like a satin finish like this is, where you see very clear straight lines. These look a little softer somehow. D2 steel, drop point blade, liner lock. Lockup's really good. A jade or translucent G10 backspacer. Small pocket clip, which I quite like. A little blocky look on the back, and a round curvy look on the blade. Not really a forward choil, but the sharpener's choil is a good size. Nice and thin behind the grind. Almost feels a little bit like it almost wants to be a convex grind, but not quite. Quite nice. There we go. Put that to the side here. And this one is the KU 291A. I like Kubey knives. This one's a little bit smaller. This guy's got, I think, titanium for the pocket clip. Yep, Kubey likes to do titanium pocket clips. That looks nice. G10 backspacer with an exposed lanyard option. Oh, that's nice. If you just don't want that at all, you could sand it down and it would still look factory. That's nice. I'm not a lanyard kind of guy, so. And there's no flipper. AUS 10 steel. And, yep, she's a nice, with the opening there, bottom flipper just flips open just wonderfully. Max to Chuck, designed by, oh, what is that? That's going to be either some residue. Yep, that was residue. I thought, or it might be rust, but no, it's not rust. There's some kind of brownish residue right there at the heel of the cutting edge. A nice kind of sheep foot blade. Nice wedge up here. Oh, that's a collar here, probably a titanium collar on the pivot screws. Flush screws again. Kubey's doing a lot of really good stuff. Everything that they've been making since about 2019, it really has improved an awful lot. And I like me good some AUS 10. It's a nice steel. Thick liners. Yeah, even thicker than this guy. Nice. Very nice. And maybe I've got time for one more before I've got to go to supper, and then I'll have to continue this another day. I've not reviewed anything by Bastion before, have I? Maybe I did. My memory is not always the best. This is the TALON D2 steel. Is that the model number? BSTN for Bastion 2394. And yep, that's still sealed. So yes, from White Mountain Knives, you know you're getting brand new stuff. And again, prices are on the screen. I've got links down below as well. Okay, right side only pocket clip. Similar kind of back spacer with the lanyard option back here. There's a flipper, thumb stud. Let's see how the flipper works. Oh, that's nice. I didn't push very hard. It's sort of like a Talon style blade, but this is straight, so that makes it a Wharncliffe. D2 steel. I'll have to pick this up and talk more about it later because it's time for me to go for supper. I quite like this. That's nice. If you have ever had a Bastion blade, let me know in the comments below what you thought of it. Seems quite thick behind the grind, even thicker, than this knife. Makes for a very strong, durable blade, but not much of a slicing knife. But a strong piercing tip too. Fairly comfortable in my hand size, in my hands, like for someone with a hands my size, that is. A little bit of a rise right there. Thumb sits in there very well. Surprised that they didn't put the jimping a little bit further along. Interesting. Yeah, this reverse grip's pretty good. Guess it could be used as a fighting knife. Well, let's put this down, and I've got two knives left, and they are knives of brand, again, that I have never seen before, but they're even lower priced than any of these other knives, I believe. And we're going to look at those right now. This is better than I thought it was. It holds closed once it's closed. The trick is basically you have to hold it, push it closed, and then hold it for, I don't know, 30 seconds, 50, 60 seconds. And if you hold it for a while, the pressure will slowly equalize inside there, and then it stays closed. You can see it's lifted there just a little bit because I didn't hold it terribly long. But then once it's closed, it's good. So it is good. There's another touch too. It's got a holder right there, a silicone holder that you can pull up over the gas, and that way you can turn it on and hold it back here and not burn your thumb. You know how you can burn your thumb or your fingertip when you're holding the gas on? So that's a nice feature. It does slip off a little bit. I've only tested it once. I did it twice, but one occasion when I tested the gas thing, and you have to put it on just right so it doesn't slip off. But yeah, I'll test this more and I'll make a little video about that. Now we get to the brand I've never ever seen before, WARSPEAR. I noticed this on Love Them Knives on Instagram. He had these. So we've got a paper sleeve on there. Let's see if it can focus on this. www.warspearknives.com, Instagram, _Warspear_knives. And there you go. So a little sleeve here. This one's got a label on the bottom there, WP500T, and nice silver labeling on the box. Decent boxes. You've got a black microfiber cloth. That's nice. Card, warranty information, stuff like that. Tools. You got tools with these, and there's a pocket clip. You've got screws, T8, and that's probably going to be T6. That's what it looks like. These little flag drivers, I like them. Not this model specifically, but I like little flag drivers. That's what they call them, flag. Oh, actually, you can't see it that well because on the screen there's a glare. I was just looking at it, looking directly. My fingers. There we go. Okay, that looks like a collar sleeve made of G10. We've got 3 screws, 4 screws. Different sizes, and pocket clip. And this is what those flag drivers look like. Slightly different color. T6 is red. T8 is more like a red with some orange in it. There's even a little hole in there so you could, put them on a chain, keep them together. I'm not sure how good they are in terms of the steel, how hard it is, and if it's accurate in size. We'll find out. And the knife. There you go. Oh yes, we've got a steel pocket clip, or you can use the black pocket clip. Right side only. There's a green pivot collar, so you've got your choice. That's not bad. Is that a micarta or a G10? Feels more like a G10. I don't remember all the specs when I order stuff, but I believe that's a G10. Small back spacer. There's no lanyard option. You could tie off on the top of the pocket clip, I guess. There you go. What do you think of that? Again, this is the size that you see so often. Too small to be a forward choil. It's just, you can get your finger over there, but you might cut yourself. 14C28N stainless steel, it says on the blade. That's nice. And these weren't very expensive. The price has been on the screen, but they're not that pricey. Good access to the lock release. Lockup is at a great spot. That looks like a ceramic detent ball, and the ball bearings look like they're black as well from the angle I'm looking. So it's probably ceramic. Ooh, yeah. It wants to shut. It really wants to shut. So that's very nice, straight out of the box. Cool. So we'll put that down. And finally, we've got this one. This is the WP502G. And we've got the same things. We've got the microfiber cloth. We've got the instructions and stuff. We've got the same stuff going on here. The same hex-shaped pivot collar. Extra pocket clip. It's a different shaped pocket clip. Same stuff there. And this one's green with shrink wrap on it. There we go. Oh yeah, a little bit of oil in there. I don't remember. What if, is this a D2 blade too? No, 14C28N it says. I like how it's very small. I really like that. You know, the WARSPEAR here on the blade, that's larger than I want it to be. So they did some of it right. The small steel type writing, the small writing for showing the steel type, but their logo a little bit bigger than I prefer. And there's that pocket clip. Looks a bit like a harpoon tip. Yeah, that's as far back as they could put it because it would get too wide hanging over the edges of the handle. That's kind of odd. Is that one more narrow? Yeah. That clip, they could have put it on here and put it higher up. It would be a different shape, of course, but oh well. You get what you get. You either like what you see and you buy it, or you don't like it and you don't buy it. There's this one's got liners on both sides. This one's got a recessed liner only on the working side here. The show side doesn't have a liner, which I'm totally fine with. It's got a captured stop pin. Nice and smooth. Not quite as smooth action as the other one. The same kind of, not quite big enough to be a forward choil. But yeah, it's a reasonable sharpener's choil. Nice chamfering all the way around the handle. This handle's more comfortable than this one. There's no jimping anywhere this one except for on the flipper tab. Well, I guess same thing on this one. There's no jimping either. Yeah. Except for on the flipper tab. Yeah, no blade play there. There's some wiggle, but I'm not going to call it blade play. It's just some flex. Not perfect blade centering. It's a little bit off to the side here. That one's got much better blade centering. But these are very low budget priced knives. And I'm glad to find a brand that I've not seen before. So what do we got here? We've got 6 knives and an Exotac Bic lighter holder. So these reviews will be coming out in the future, this spring hopefully. We'll see though. This company is doing some stuff that's a little bit different than everybody else, and I like that. It sets themselves apart a little bit. You know, odd pivot collars, hex-shaped. So they don't have to have a D-shaped pivot pin. This will stop it from spinning. So that's pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice indeed. Thanks for watching this unboxing video. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. And remember, friends, always cut towards your chum, not your thumb. Bye for now.